In the previous video, we talked about how to create the stone and statue texture you see in these tattoo drawings. Today, I'm going to show you how to draw realistic skin texture and skin cracks. Make sure to stick around until the end, because I promise that after watching this video, your ability to draw a skin texture will improve by levels. And by the way, could you leave a like right here now? It really helps me out, and I truly appreciate it. Alright, first, let's take a look at these dark lines on the back. Right here, take a look at the photo. Our final goal is to create this. They are not actually skin texture. They're almost lines that were tattooed onto the skin, but the rough texture of the skin changed their appearance slightly. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video. I start with a 2B pencil, holding it at a steep angle, almost laying it down against the paper. Then I use a combination of linear and oval-shaped movements. I apply very little pressure, but I increase the amount of passes. This allows me to feel the entire texture of the paper without making a mess, while also achieving an even value. If we see any light line that represent skin cracks, we can create them using a kneaded eraser. If the highlights are extremely bright and narrow, I switch to a mechanical eraser. Now that we've established dark values, it's time for the highlights. Depends on what I need, I use one of these tools. A makeup sponge for soft highlights, a pencil eraser for small and medium highlights, a mechanical eraser for tiny, intense highlights, and a kneaded eraser for small and medium highlights spots. Here I'm working on the skin texture and the crack around the armpit area. If the cracks need highlights, the mechanical eraser and pencil eraser are great options. If they need darker values, I simply use a pencil. At this scale, I never use powder and a brush to draw these lines. Now for the actual skin texture. Start moving your eraser across the paper using a consistent pressure. Try not to constantly increase and decrease the force. Personally, I think the pencil eraser is the best tool for this. Also, it may vary depending on the skin tone of your subject or the type of texture you are trying to create. Most of the time, this is my preferred choice. Take a close look. Try making tiny, irregular marks with it. It's almost like drawing a crooked little ant. A very tiny, thin, and narrow ant. Honestly, that's the best way I can describe it. Avoid any regular pattern in the direction of the lines and curves. Randomness is the key here. The texture in this part of the body is soft and less pronounced, so I'm using rounded kneaded eraser and tapping small spots onto the paper to create the highlights I need. If you ever need this exact same texture as a shadow instead, use a blending stump that already contain a bit of graphite or charcoal. For this section of the body, I need a dotted texture that's very similar to the orange peel texture often seen on the cheeks. The difference is that there are no shadow underneath the highlights, which actually make the process easier. All we have to do is place small white dots with relatively even spacing. So, did you enjoy the video? I really hope it helped you. I always try to share everything I've learned with other artists. On the one hand, I genuinely enjoy teaching. On the other hand, the most skilled artists there are, the more amazing artwork you'll get to see in the world. And trust me, next week's video is going to something special. I'm pretty sure you are going to love it. So don't forget to come back in the next week. Visit the channel and check out the new video. See you.